21 seats. Unfortunately, the Freedom Caucus is 36 members. And after they got beaten up over the ACA, the attempt to reform the ACA, they decided to boycott the budget. That took 36 votes away from the killer machine trying to gut EPA. And so the Republicans were forced to negotiate with the Democrats. Oh my God, the enemy. They had to do.
Battle lines have been drawn. The president calling out the Freedom Caucus again, and this time he's naming names. President Trump tweeting, if Mark Meade and Jim Jordan and Raul Labrador would get on board, we would have both great health care and massive tax cuts and reform. But will the president's fight hurt the president's agenda? Take a listen.
Negotiate with the Democrats. And so the end result was, and this is what, by the way, this is what Ralph Nader was talking about in the left-right alliance. Progressives need to ally with the Freedom Caucus on individual issues that we agree on. Not strategically, but individual issues. This is one of them. The other are the culpability, the accountability of the Wall Street banks for the crash of 2008. They want to see some justice there, and so do we, the progressives. Okay, so not only didn't they cut the EPA, Congress increased the budget by $763 million. Thought you'd like that. $300 million is for safe drinking water. You think the water is that safe? Go online and check it. $300 million for water safety, and $50 million for Flint and other communities plagued by lead in the water. We should probably have $200 million for that, but the lead has got to be gotten out of the water in Flint. They've been drinking that stuff for a year. It's out of control. And the Republicans are the ones that set it up. Okay. Congress stopped them from being able to cut the Alaska old-growth forest. Congress also stopped them from cutting the Tongass forest. So for now, those beautiful forests are off limits to the Republican greed. The national parks, which workers like to go to for a week or two at a time, national parks were going to be cut. Instead, Congress increased their budget to $270 million. $270 million. So get your wife and kids and go to one of the national parks. They're open and they got money to see it. Okay. Now the number one rule that they wanted, I told you, is the clean water rule. Waters of the United States. Congress said, don't touch the clean water rule. Don't touch the clean water rule. There's 117 million people depending on minor waterways for their drinking water. They need to be protected. The states, like Oklahoma, are not protecting them. So the federal government has to step in and protect the citizens of Oklahoma against the greedy oil producers like Scott Pruitt. Okay. He also took aim at the Clean Power Plan. What's the Clean Power Plan? The Clean Power Plan was Obama's idea, started back in whenever, to reduce oil, coal, gas-powered, energy-powered plants to reduce their pollution by 30%. That sounds reasonable. And they wanted to cut that, but they weren't able to. Congress kept it. So they were forced to make a proposal for the $636 million for the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewables. $636 million. Congress came back and said, no, you have to spend $2.3 billion on energy efficiency and renewables. $2.3 billion. They're choking on that right now. Anyway, so all that was a great reversal thanks to the Freedom Caucus. And that's it. EPA was, the Republicans were stopped from cutting the guts out of the EPA. That's a lot. That's good news. That is really good news. But they'll try again. Keep after Scott Pruitt. He's the point man in all this from Oklahoma, that forward-looking state. Thank you, and have a good evening from Labor Union TV.
It appears that the next contestant on White House Survivor is going to get kicked off the island. This is EPA Director Scott Pruitt. Now, recently, it's been reported that Pruitt has been involved in scandal after scandal, including one that where he has rented a condo from a pair of energy lobbyists for an incredibly cheap price. It turns out to be $50 a day. That's pretty cheap when it comes to the DC area. This is a DC condo, which is actually really nice in a really nice area. So a lot of people are like, wait a minute, that looks a little sketchy. You're getting a super cheap price. And, oh, look at that, you're renting from energy lobbyists, people that are pushing liquefied natural gas.